So let's see. We have the Hangman in the reverse position. So that, as your crowning energy, is indicative of making decisions and getting yourself out there. Okay, so the period of waiting, the period of indecisiveness, the period of I guess like you took a step back to gain clarity, to see the bigger picture, and now it's time for you to get out there in the world again and to implement new insights, to implement new projects, and to basically live your life. So life, you're no longer in suspension, in limbo. It's time for you to get out there. And what we have coming in is money is not going to be a problem this month. Okay, I feel that in February too, January and February for Scorpio, there might be a little bit of financial concerns. I don't think it's major. It's not like you're in outright poverty, but money is definitely flowing in in large quantities this month. Okay, money from your main job, money from other people, money from clients, they're just flooding in and they're just all over this month, which is a really good thing to have. So with the early on with the Nine of Pentacles, it indicates like making enough money so that you have time for leisure. Okay, so the key word being leisure activity. So you definitely need to take some time off to cultivate those things that bring you emotional fulfillment. So I feel that don't be so even if you're busy, it is really important for you to regain your inner, I guess, to find inner peace by doing things that you actually enjoy. And I would recommend as well outdoor activities so that you can harness the energy of being abundant. Okay, so money doesn't make the world go around. It's really nice to have. So and having money makes life so much easier. So keep in mind that it's a means to an end. It's not an end in itself. So take some time off and do leisure activities that will actually invigorate you, that makes you feel good, so that you can harness this energy and that you can have control over your money rather than let it control you. Okay, with the Knight of Pentacles, what I'm sensing is this is not this is an earth sign. So if you are out there dating, I feel like this is a new energy. If you are out there dating, you might encounter an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. So male or female. This person is very giving. This is a really nice, very stable energy here. And this person, might not meet all your expectations, but you definitely should run with it. I keep seeing the Four of Cups, and it's like in the reverse position, it indicates that seizing the opportunity and going with it, okay? And it's corroborated by a lot of good cards. In the process, you're actually going to be able to heal past hurts, past disappointment, and past, I guess, things that have hurt you in the past. You're actually going to achieve a lot of healing with this new energy. What I'm sensing is this opportunity is coming in very, very quickly, okay? It's going to be very healing. The person is in the upright position, so they're very caring. They're really generous. Yeah, generosity being the main theme here, because you're in a really good frame of mind right now. So it's really important for you to get yourself out there so that you can let new energy come in. And I feel like this is one of those situations that you cross paths with someone, and then communication is really quick. It's one of those like whirlwind love affair. Things will heat up really quickly. So keep that in mind. The opportunity is definitely there. It's knocking on your door. Just get up and open the door and let it in, okay? Because it's going to be very healing for you. All right. It's one of those situations, like if it's a friendship, if it's a work situation, if it's like a new, romantic partner, it's one of those things that what I feel is it will restore your faith in humanity. And I'm not saying that in a way that's like this is going to be like the love of your life. It may or may not play out that way. It may or may not be like a soulmate aspect. But what it is that this person is so gentle and so delicate with your feelings that is going to restore your faith in humanity. This is a good person to have in your life because they're very loving, very generous, okay? So keep an eye out for that. So there's going to be, like I mentioned, a lot of healing, okay? A lot of you too, you're actually taking a lot time off to either redecorate or to stabilize your home life, okay? So this could be in a marriage situation, in a dating environment, or you're cleaning house and getting rid of junk and you're decluttering the house, which is really good. You might be fixing up the home that you're living in. There might be people moving in or you moving in with somebody else. So either way, it has a very positive outcome, all right? So yeah, this is a very positive card, and traditionally it is a card of marriage. So if you were to do like a private tarot reading, it would be like the ultimate like stability, love, finances, prosperity, the whole 9 yards in a love marriage relationship. So this is also very, very good to have. And in general, number 4 indicates a lot of stability and happiness as well, okay? But things are definitely picking up. So you might have met the person already. If you haven't, I feel very strongly this person will come in. At least not they'll come in, they'll be in your sphere, and then things will, pick up drastically towards the end of the month. But what I'm sensing is just a lot of things going your way finally, and you getting the recognition that you need and that you want, that you deserve. This is a lot of hard work that is paying off, okay? So it allows you to get the recognition that you deserve, to get the accolades, to get the I guess the admiration of all those around you. So that person you meet could potentially be in your work environment, but also in your social circle as well. What this card is also indicative of, it's kind of like earning your stripes, so that you no longer have to prove yourself, because now people finally trust you and they don't take you for granted. Okay, so this is a really good energy coming in. I know it was a hard. Okay, so I'm sensing March is going to be a really nice month for you to, I guess, like, where everything is going your way, which is really good. And it allows you as well, since you've already proved yourself in that environment, you can like rest on your laurels and enjoy life as well. Okay, so very good energy. I would say, let's see, and this is a strange card coming out. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely, a negative energy wedged in between 3 really good cards. So this serves as a warning then. And this is a situation in which you're not letting go of the old. So I would advise you, okay? So it's in between success, it's in between favorable, fast, swift communication, it's in between new energy coming in. Okay, so what I would say is you have to clear up the blockages from, you have to clear up old energy in order for new energy to come in. So for those of you who might be going through this situation, I would definitely advise you, for example, if you hear that a new person is going to come in, you sit back and just wait for them to come in. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to put yourself out there, first of all. You have to clear up blockages and old ways of behaving and like unhealthy habits in order for new things to flow in. Because when you do things and where you're aligned with the universe, then the universe will give you everything on a silver platter. Okay, but you have to also put in the work. And this is a situation in which what I'm sensing is a lot of you might be hearing news about from an ex. That's what I'm sensing. A lot of you too might be trying to communicate with an ex, and that is definitely going to restrict new energy from coming in, because once you move on, you really, really have to actively move on in your heart, in your mind, in your soul. Otherwise, new energy won't come in, okay? It would interfere with the new energy, so try to do that. And as well, so in the reverse position, if it comes to a work project that has been done in the past and, it was abandoned for some reason, like beginning in January as well, January, February, if something was picked up as a project and it has been abandoned, or like a relationship, and I would say this, if it is a relationship with earth, fire, air signs, not a water sign, not a water sign. If it is a relationship with an air sign, and I would emphasize air, But even like earth and fire, if you go back to it now, you actually will have a good result. But keep in mind, um, I feel that, it's not going to be the person that caused this, okay? Because you don't really want to go back to that. It took you a long time to heal, so you don't really want to go back to that. If it is somebody recently where, I wouldn't say like there was a blowout, there was like a massive blowout between the two of you, and you fall apart, and the relationship is irreparable. If it is one of those, then just leave it behind. If it is one of those situations within the recent past, in which there were difficulties getting it off the ground and you just jumped ship, if you were to go back to it, you actually have a very good result, okay? And I would strongly emphasize like earth, air, and fire signs specifically, okay? Because I feel that this water energy might be you or somebody causing the heartache as well. All right, so let's see. Okay, so moving on to the next card. Yeah, so yeah, definitely earth, air, fire signs that you dealt with recently. And it's sort of like things never properly got off the ground. It's not like where they destroy you, they cheated on you. No, that's not going to work. Going back to it is not going to work. But it's something recent where it's just like there was like a miss opportunity. This is a really good time for you to go back to that opportunity because it has a very favorable outcome, okay? So yeah, I do see possibly an ex coming back too. So definitely an ex is going to try to come back in. So the advice here with the Page of Swords in the upright position is defend your domain, defend your beliefs, and defend yourself against this ex. Guard yourself. It's really important for you to do that because with the Queen of Cups, this could be a male or female. And I'm not going to read this as a water sign exclusively. But the quality that stands out about this ex is that they are emotionally manipulative. So it is really difficult for you to deal with them. And I feel like they just have such a strong hold on you. And you've never properly resolved this in the past. So you're approaching this with like a lot of objectivity and discernment. But even then, as a page energy, you are not well endowed to deal with this person. Okay, so this person is very, very tricky to deal with. You've never properly dealt with them in the past. Like you were never able to handle them through the course of the relationship. You just like you felt like overpowered as well. So you have this newfound sense of like, objectivity. You're putting your guard up, but even then, you're still a page. You're not yet evolved when it comes to really dealing with this person on a level that is conducive to ejecting them from your life. But I would definitely say, the best advice is you might hear from this person. You might hear from this person and they might try to say they're sorry as well if there has been a falling out in the past. What I sense is that it doesn't serve any purpose in the present, I don't feel. So you have a lot of good energy in the present. Going back to the past would be foolish. And a lot of people want closure. A lot of people want apologies and closure when there has been a situation in which there was a falling out. And that's fine, but I feel like you've already moved on at this point. You don't really need that closure anymore. You've already healed up. So hearing from them would open up like the would be like picking up the scab. So there's just really no need for that. All the closure you need is within. If they've done you wrong in the past, it's because they didn't value you enough to really want to do right by you. That's the bottom line. So you've already done a lot of healing. So, move on, let it go, okay? And I feel you're still ill-equipped to deal with them. So that would be my main worry, my main concern. I'm going to pull out one more card. Okay, so the Hierophant. Do things a different way. So if this person tries to come in the end of the month, and I do feel very strongly that you're trying your best, but I feel you are ill-equipped to deal with them. Okay, so this is somebody that is causing this heartache, possibly even last year when you were dealing with that troublesome conjunction with Saturn. So if it's that person, and you will know if it's that person, because this is not something you easily forget. If it is that person, I feel like you are really ill-equipped to deal with them at this point, okay? So there's no need to deal with them. I would just say shut off your phone, like cease all communication, all contact, because you're moving on and you're in a really good place, and obviously they haven't, so they're trying to like mess things up. And then the last card I drew regarding this situation, how it's going to play out, the Hierophant in the reverse position. And this indicates, you know, tradition, structure, and things like that. If you're hoping to rekindle, the relationship is not going to be like one of those traditional relationships in which you get married, okay? So it's not going to be in your favor. This is not marriage material. It's out of your life for a reason. If you're looking for like even a commitment, that's not going to happen. If you're looking to if you're looking for closure, the closure you want is going to be a little scathing. So for example, if someone has done you wrong and you're wondering why, like why, you know, like if there has been infidelity and you're wondering why this happened, and you're badgering them about, you know, the reason why, they'll just tell you, you know, up front that they didn't care about you enough to keep you. So like either way, you're not going to get the satisfaction out of this confrontation that you want. All right, so I would advise you to cease all communication, because you have moved on to a much better place, and it's better to just leave this alone. Okay, because right now you're not ready to deal with this situation. So leave it alone. And you're moving, you're healing too. So, you know, just let it go once and for all.